show with our debut products. We're all guys that's been in the industry for a long time. We just decided to break off from what we were doing before to create our own products. So what you're seeing here is something that we tried to come up with that is completely new and hopefully different than anything that you've ever seen before, but also fit a price point that just about anybody can buy. So the people that we're actually trying to market to are anywhere from the very small family fun center all the way up to the biggest echelons of the parks that we can get to. So what we have done and what we've come up with is we thought it would be a great idea, because we're rides guys and we love rides, but we also love every aspect about the amusement industry, including games. And we wanted to take those two genres and mix them, turn them into one thing. So we trademarked Games U Ride. It actually has the letter U, so games and the letter U and ride. And under the Games U Ride blanket, we're planning on inventing multiple units. The first two are here at the show. The Strike You Up is the one, and the other is the Spin You Win. So we'll talk about the Strike You Up first. It's a portable model. That's what you see here at the show. It can be done also in a stationary model for a park. It's 20 feet tall. It takes up to 2 people to play, so you play as a team. Your friend gets on the chair, you take a hammer, somebody else and their friend gets in the chair and takes a hammer. And when the gameplay starts, you have to get each other to the top as fast as possible. But the trick is, we didn't want it to be a powerful man contest, so we needed to be able to make it worthy enough that a kid can do it as well. So there's 2 things going on. One, you have to work on your reaction time. So when the lights flash, it's almost like the other games that are out there, then you got to strike the button. So if your reaction time is fast, you don't have to necessarily hit so hard. If you're a strong guy and you can hit hard, you don't necessarily have to strike as fast. There's 3 different levels of going up. So we have 3 hits. The soft hit's going to rise you 6 inches and you'll bounce. The medium hit's going to rise you 12 inches and you'll bounce. And if you hit it really hard, it's going to take you almost 20 inches up, and it will do it in a fraction of a second. So it's actually got a lot of fun dynamics as you're bouncing around them. So the whole idea was to make gameplay last about 20 seconds like a normal game, and the cost is close to a normal game too, except we've added 2 people playing, so we're thinking anywhere between $5 and $6 US to play the game, but of course that's going to be left up to the park. The other ideas for this thing is it can be daisy chained together, so you can actually put multiple units side by side and run as many as 8 towers at one time with one operator. So that operator would take their money, he would lock them in. When everybody's ready to go, they go. The lights, the buzzers, the hammering, and everything goes on just like normal gameplay, but with except 8 towers there. Now, it also does have a single player mode. So for instance, you have a group of 2 people come up and you want to take their money, but there's no one else there to play. Those 2 people can still play. One will get in the seat, the other one will take the hammer. He will have 3 tries to get that seat to the top. So when we do a single player version, it changes the dynamics of the ride. So when he hits a single player, the seat's going to go up. Depending on how hard he hits the button, it come back down just like the old games that we know from way back. And he'll get 3 tries to do that. If he wins, the seat will jump around at the top just like the winner does when we're playing normal gameplay. You win, again, underneath of the Games U Ride concept and logo. So basically the Spin You Win, it's 2 very large spinning units, a lot like the kids' toy that we all know and are familiar with when we were kids. So what happens is, the 2 people are going to walk up to the unit. The unit is locked into place at the moment. It will work on a coin-op system or a slide card. They will slide their card, they will put their coins in, whichever it is. Take a seat. The lights will count down when they're ready to go. The bases will unlock, and then they got to spin against each other to try to get the lights to the top. So basically, let's simulate it. So these start at the 3, 2, 1, then they start spinning. As they spin, the lights are going up the pole. Whoever gets the lights to the top first, they win. Once the game is over, the brake locks on again underneath on the base, so it's safe to get up and walk away. You just have to be a little careful because you might be a little dizzy. So, but that is the spin you win concept. Now the whole idea here is we have multiple games you ride concepts. Next year you'll probably see maybe one or maybe two more on top of these two. The idea is to develop about 5 or 6 of these games you ride concepts, and then we're just basically going to let anybody that wants to make them have them. We'll move on to our next big thing. So, anybody have any questions? I'm sorry. The multiple rings are there, so you can set it. So it's easy to get in and out. So it's not just a visual, but without those rings, it becomes very complicated for a grown-up to try to get inside. So, and I've seen some pretty big people be able to do that very easily. So, and everything, of course, is made and designed here in the United States. We're an Orlando-based company. We plan on making all this here in Orlando and supporting the industry in every way we can here in town, and ultimately trying to grow the company into doing some really big rides and attractions in the next few years. So, yeah, well, we have show specials, of course. There's different prices for each unit. Right now for the mobile unit, we're at $149.5 for the Strike You Up, and this one is at $49.5. If somebody's willing to put some money down here at the show, we'll offer a 10% discount. And there's also the park model's also discounted, of course, because you don't need the trailer base, all the mechanics that it takes to make that happen. Again, the Strike You Up, when it folds down, because it's mobile, it fits inside of a standard car garage. So it's less than 8 feet tall, and it's 7 feet wide. So the idea was to easily store it somewhere whenever you need it. And it's pretty tight and compact. If anybody wants photos of things like that, we have plenty. We can share any of that you would like.